go. I'm Dora and we're shaking it up. Shake, 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 shake your booty, shake your booty. And we're going to play Radio Roulette. I don't think we can because my phone is on Bluetooth and it probably won't play music. No, it won't play music. We're going to turn off the Bluetooth. Okay. Turn off the Bluetooth. We needed a song.
Around 7
Mike!
o'clock, the roll.
I'm looking for a song.
Absolutely, Ash.
Oh, get a copyright. Oh. Nah, can't feel that. Can't feel it.
Christmas gift
7 this evening, 2.
Good day, mate.
They have done. We'll strike.
Can't get any music.
Is Tom.
The terrifying violence is shocking and painful to see and represents some of our worst fears about.
So I'm listening to, well, I was just trying to find a song to play with my shake your booty, shake your booty. And then I'm clicking on the radio stations and they're talking about what happened in Bondi Beach yesterday. Hey Deb, how you going? So I'm sure you guys have heard that. I don't live anywhere near Bondi Beach. A couple of friends have reached out to me and said, hey, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm nowhere near Bondi Beach. I was there though, a week ago. No, a week and a couple of days ago, right? So guys, new day, new week, Monday morning, 6:47 a.m. Dora's got jelly beans in her body today. We've got to go walking. So, oh, let me show you something. Oh, yeah, I don't watch the news either. There was a shooting in Bondi Beach. So obviously you guys know I was walking to Bondi Beach a couple of days ago, well, a week ago a bit. Hello, Mike. How you going, buddy? High five, whoosh. Hey, Deb, how you going? Whoosh, hello, high five. Elf on the shelf? Hello, elf on the shelf? Okay, we need to go exercise. So I'm gonna put the phone down. I'll tell you about what's happening in Bondi Beach. I need your energy. Yeah, I know. It's pretty good, my energy. Okay, so guys, 5-minute walk drive. We're going to, oh shivers. We're going to the beach. So hold tight. I'll tell you the story about Bondi. I mean, I don't know the full story. As I said, I don't, like Mike, I don't actually watch the news. The only reason I know about this is because it was splattered all over Facebook last night. All my friends were posting it. I don't like that idea. I just think it's really, like, why be posting negative stuff? So unfortunately, the only bits I know is that there was a Jewish festival happening yesterday. Yesterday's the start of, I don't know, is it Hanukkah or something? I don't know. I'm not Jewish, so I don't really know what the actual term is. But there was something happening yesterday on Bondi Beach. Yesterday evening. This happened about 6:30, 7 o'clock last night in Bondi Beach. Obviously, it's daylight savings. It's still warm and beautiful at Bondi Beach, and a lot of people are swimming still on the beach. It's a beautiful vibe, right? You guys saw my live from Bondi Beach. There's a lot of people at the beaches. And specifically, Bondi Beach is full of backpackers all over the world. It's very multicultural. It's a melting pot of, social, like social climbers to like everyone. Anyone can live at Bondi. You got to have a lot of money though. So if you don't have a lot of money, you'd live in houses with many other people or very old houses in Bondi. So yeah, anyway, it's a melting pot. It's a beautiful location. There's many locations in Australia that are very beautiful, but that's an iconic kind of place. And there was a Jewish festival yesterday evening, and unfortunately, apparently, I don't know, again, I'm sketchy on the idea because I don't actually watch the news, but apparently there was a shooting, many gunshots, and one of the guys that was shot dead was apparently a Palestinian guy. So this goes back to the stuff that's happening in Gaza. with the Palestinians and the Jews in Israel. And I don't really want to get into politics, guys. I have a very staunch view on war. I don't fucking like it. I think everyone doesn't like it, and I don't think we should do it, right? I think we should be trying to make peace, not friggin' more wars. I definitely am one of these people that thinks that the hate around religion is just too much. It's too much. And that's why I probably don't profess to be some kind of religious person, as in I'm not one nomination. I don't think there should be one nomination. I think there should be many nominations, that we should all live and love each other regardless of what faith you do or what color your skin is, where you're from, how much money you have. So anyway, I feel there was people that got killed yesterday. I don't know who got killed. I'm presuming that a lot of some Jewish people got shot. That was apparently what has been kind of led to believe from watching the news. And like I said, the news is not very credible, because the news is always owned by, people that have an agenda, right? So I would say for you guys, do your own research. I personally don't want to talk about negative things, so I don't want to talk about it anymore, guys. I just think it brings me to tears, and it makes me very upset that this is where we are in the world, that we're shooting innocent people over religion. And even if that's true, I don't know if that's true, right? There's very much of an agenda of, anyway, I'm not going to talk about it anymore, guys. We're just about to go to the beach, and I want to get back to my happy state, my energy, right? What Mike was saying, you want some of my energy? You want some of my energy? Let's get the energy going, guys. We're going for a beach walk. We're going to do a jumping for joy. Ooh, it is sunny out here today, guys. Sunny. We need our tripod. I need to drink the rest of my green juice. I need a key. Let's go to the beach. Oh. I'm like, jingle, jingle, jingle bells, jingle bells. Oh gosh, guys, this is stunning. Absolutely stunning. All right, guys, you know the drill. We go straight for a jumping for joy, to be joyful that we are alive today. Tripod on the ground. Cheryl, how you going? Susan, how you going? Hello, whoever else is in the chat. What a beautiful day, right? Oh, whoops. Let me get a flat spot for you guys. Flat spot. Oh. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? All right. So jumping for joy, hands in the air. We're grateful for life, the universe. So if you're new here, that is my jumping for joy. Susan's got jump, 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 jump for joy. I think we should all find things that we're joyful, even in the world of things that are not so joyful. If we see things in the news, I think we shouldn't let it stick to us. I know that it's, what is it? People say to me, not watching the news, Muriara, because that's my real name, by not watching the news, Muriara, you're not up with what's going on in the world. Well, put it this way. If there's something bad going on in the world, you're going to find out about it, right? Regardless if you watch the news or not, you're going to find out about it, right? Like I said, I don't watch the news. I found out about what's happening here, an incident yesterday. But I think by watching the news, and no shame if you guys watch the news, it's fine. I'm just talking about my experience, that for me personally, it pulls me down. There's enough stuff going on in the world that I know that, and if I need to watch it every day on the news, it's just going to make my level of my energy and my positivity just pull down. So that's why I choose not to watch it. I hear about it and I'll read different articles about what's going on, so I know what's going on. I just choose to live my life that if I look, put it this way, if you go down a rabbit hole, you will go down a rabbit hole. And I think that life is amazing, right? And I know there's things going on around us and it might not happen to me personally, and it might not hurt me personally, but I tell you it does. Just by ignoring it, I'm not ignoring it. I'm just choosing to stay positive and hope that, and pray that, and hope to the universe that things will change. And that's how I look at the world, right? So I'm gonna leave you for a second. I'm gonna drink my juice, my green juice, while I go get my hat, and let's go walking, guys. So I'll leave you for a couple of seconds or minutes. Put you down between my legs there. There you go. Hey guys, let's walk. So it's a new day, a new week. It's Monday morning here in southeast Queensland in Australia, and I tell you, summer is well and truly here. It is going to be over 30 degrees today. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. It is Celsius here in Australia. And I tell you, I love a Monday morning because it's like a reset, right? You can You can do anything you want. You can make the changes you want. And of course, your girl Dora has got back to her routine. She's been a week home from her holiday to Sydney, and love going away, you know that. But I also love being at home. So I do feel it's a little bit of an oxymoron. Like, you know, I love to travel, and I wish, you know, in the perfect world, I had, you know, endless amounts of money that I could travel, right? But, you know, it's not a perfect world, right? And I'm okay with that. I think you have to be okay with what you have. And what I have, I'm very, very grateful for, because I know that I have, you know, a lot compared to others. So that's why I do this, you know, put my hands in the air, because I'm just so thoroughly grateful that I get to live the life I have. And I'm not saying that to rub your nose in it and going, oh God, look at Dora, she lives at the beach. Oh, look at her. No, not at all. Well, I guess what I'm trying to portray is that be grateful for where you are right now, because some people don't have much at all. So guys, traditionally, I can't see the chat. You guys know that. The glare on my face and the screen is huge. So the only way I can see the chat is if I stop, put my hat over the chat. So I'm not ignoring anyone. Welcome to my chat, or welcome to my live, should I say. We are going to go for a walk. We're walking down to Lavender's Rock, down the end here, walk back, and then we're going to do some push-ups and some triceps and some squats. Well, you can do them if you wanted to. Oh my gosh. Hello, seagulls. Deb loves the seagulls. You know what we haven't seen for ages, Deb, is a pelican. That is what we haven't seen for ages. So I'm trying to see the chat. Cheryl's saying something. What is the temperature? The temperature at the moment, I'd say it's about 24 degrees. But it's going to be over 30 today. It's quite warm. Quite warm. I put some sunscreen on, put a hat on, and I've got a long sleeve shirt on, just to save putting sunscreen on. I don't like putting sunscreen on. Even though I've got some sunscreen that's non-toxic, I just don't like to put it on if I don't have to. I figure that it's pretty early in the morning. The UV is less. And if I just put this kind of sun shirt on, I'm less likely to get sunburnt. If I was through the day, I'd put some sunscreen on, plus the sun shirt on. So yeah, it's quite warm here today. So yeah, if you have a look on a map, guys, if you're not familiar with where I live, southeast Queensland is a very big state on the top east or middle east, all the way up to the top of Australia. So basically goes up to, well, the equator is a little bit higher, goes along Indonesia. So Indonesia, Papua New Guinea, Solomon Islands are on the tip of where Australia, the tip of Australia at the top. So I'm probably, 1,300 kilometres away. Well, no, that's to Cairns. So maybe more. I'm sorry. I'm a fair way away from the equator, but we're still very warm. The tropical of Cancer runs through a bit of Queensland up north of me. So we are generally a very warm state in Queensland. You won't see any snow here, except when it's very, very cold, a place called Stanthorpe. So some of you guys might remember Craig. Craig used to be what was he called? Farm guy? I don't know. He's not sometimes in our chat. He's now changed it to Craig. But yeah, Craig lives in Stanthorpe, and it's bitterly cold there in winter, but it also gets really hot there in summer. But it can snow there. Not much though. It'll dry pretty fast. I mean, it'll just, go pretty fast. So yeah, not like my friends at Mike. Mike is like trudging around in like, knee-deep snow and driving in crazy conditions. You were saying something the other day, Mike. I'm not sure if I read it in a chat or you were saying on your live or something, that in Colorado you have to wear chains, snow chains, but in Minnesota you don't actually have to wear snow chains. So Mike Adventure Sparks, who's in the chat or probably flitting in and out of the chat, he is from Colorado originally, but he's living in Minnesota, and he's been showing pictures or videos of how much snow there is. There's a lot of snow. Actually, he tagged me in one of our friends' videos. I can't remember who. And he goes, "That's where I live. That's what it's like. That's how much snow there is." I'm like, crap, there's a lot of snow. And like, for example, Kathleen's place, she's in Saskatchewan in Canada. And yeah, she's in lots of snow up there too. And this is how you live, right? This is what you expect every winter, right? It's just so unexpected for me. Our winters here are I'm pretty much in the same outfit in winter as I am in summer. So yeah, there's not too much difference, except you might see me in a bigger jacket. That's about it. And when I say big jacket, I'm not talking woolly jacket, just probably a bit of a wind jacket. So yeah, winter's here, especially where I am, not the whole of Australia, because Susan from High Country Homestead lives in Victoria. And if Paul D Australia's there, he's also in Victoria. They have a completely different climate. They're both in the same state, but Paul lives on the coastline on an island, even though it's cold there at times. Where Susan is in Victoria, the same state, she's up a mountain. So it's a lot colder. So she can be like -2. Only literally a month ago or something, she was doing lives where it was like little bits of snow still snowing. So it's crazy. So Australia's quite a big country, so we've got different weather patterns in different, states. So when I get down here, just down here is Lavender's Rock, which was named by one of our friends in the chat, Lavender. It's just a rock that's shaped as a heart. So I affectionately call it Lavender's Rock now. I had never noticed that it was shaped of a love heart. Unfortunately, you can't really see much of its shape anymore because it's been bulldozed and moved a little bit. But you can still see the shape of a love heart. So I'll show you it. But look how beautiful this is in here. The mangroves, the rocks, the ocean, or the bay, should I say, because it is a bay. It's really nice. I'll show you Lavender's Rock. See? Lavender's Rock. It's a love heart. See it, guys? I saw Lavender the other day. Oh my God, it's Marie and Rhonda. Hello, Marie. So guys, everyone knows that I love my meditation. I've got back into my meditation. Marie, I have to do this plug. I have to, guys. I have to. So Meditation Motivation with Marie is Marie. She's living in Spain. She's an English lass and she's friends of our community. But because she's living in Spain, we hardly ever see her because of the time difference, right? So I hardly ever see her. So I'm excited to see my friend Marie. Marie, actually, we were just chatting this morning on WhatsApp. But we don't much have the opportunity to have a chat like this. And I can't wait to actually get a little live with Marie one day. We have been on one live together. That's how we met, on Karen's live. But Marie does meditations, a lot of 10-minute free guided meditations. And her channel's awesome. I don't have to plug it anymore, guys, because you know how much I love it and how much meditation really helped calm my brain. And I've just craved it. I did a nice meditation this morning. Her latest meditation is about chakras, a chakra meditation. It's really, really nice. So yeah, check out Meditation Motivation with Marie. We love her, don't we, Marie? No, I mean, I love Marie, but I love her meditations. So if you don't know Meditation Motivation with Marie, that is Marie. Check her out. I think we have Pam there too. This is Pam. Hey Pam, how you going? So Pam is kind of a new friend to me, but she's part of our community. I saw Rhonda there. Hey Rhonda, how you going? Let me show you the beach, guys, because that's what you're here to see. It's sparkling. So this is my local beach, and we've got some swimmers over here. They swim all year round, even in winter time, guys. They just put on a wetsuit and go swimming, because the water's normally a little bit warmer than the cold air in winter time. But I tell you, it's so beautiful. So beautiful. So yes, I was talking a little while ago, guys, about back from holidays for a week. So a week ago I was in Sydney and absolutely love Sydney. But I craved just coming home and getting back into routine, right? So my routine this morning has been, I did a 10-minute meditation, didn't look at my phone, did not do any scrolling, Dora, no scrolling. Because, you know, once you start scrolling, 3 hours later, you're like, oh, is that the time? And then I get nothing done. So that's why I'm not that active on YouTube as much as I used to be. I try to be as much as I can. Some days I am. But a lot of the times I will just not participate. I have to get my routine done because I'm important, right? I think we should all put ourselves first, right? We're all important. And a lot of this is stemmed from doing 75 Hard and creating really good habits. But, you know, I've been on a journey for the last probably 3 or 4 years, knowing that I was going to go through the menopause age, and just thought, you know what? I hear all these tragic stories about menopause, and I just thought if I can get a jump start on being healthy, that when it does, you know, happen to me, because not all the symptoms of menopause goes through every lady, right? That if it does happen, that I've got a better chance of dealing with it by being healthy. So that's why I do all the things I do. And a lot of you guys might think it's a lot, but I am a lot. I think I'm important. So, you know, I know my friend Marie has been putting a lot of emphasis on her own self and getting herself her own healthiness and getting into her own routine. We were all on a live yesterday with The Source, and I know The Source is on a live right now, actually, guys. The Source, which is Doran. He was interviewing Carol, and her channel name is, I can never remember her name, Bountiful but Beautiful or something. But Carol, she's 72 years old, and she looks amazing. I reckon she looks 60. She's 72 years old. She grows food on her balcony. She's a vegetarian. She eats a lot of vegetables. Now it makes sense why she eats a lot of vegetables. And she exercises daily. She's drinking a lot of water daily. So she's all for, you know, the holistic kind of life. And I think there's something in that, guys. Like, you know, she's 72 years old and she looks really well. You know, she's not complaining about this or that. You know, what they say, as soon as you hit over 40, everything starts falling apart. Well, I try not to, you know, think that. But anyway, you know, she's 72. I'm sure she has some issues going on, but she doesn't talk about them. Like, you know, Dora had this year, before I turned 50, I got a diagnosis on my knee that I used to complain about. I'm not going to complain about it anymore. I'm just not going to give it any energy. Because when you give something energy, again, I'm just talking about my personal experience, guys. I'm no one. I'm no guru. I'm nothing. I'm just Dora and sharing my experiences, guys. And I walk along a beach a lot. And I like to have a chat. But, you know, a lot of the readings I've done over the years before I stopped reading, you know, told me, you know, don't give power to something that is not good. Like, for example, that's why I don't watch the news. And actually, this came from a good girlfriend of mine. Oh, hello. A good friend of mine that unfortunately has passed away now. She was a life coach. Her name was Lynn. I talked a lot about Lynn when I was doing the Day of the Dead series I did, because I definitely want to remember her and honour her. She was a great teacher, And she taught me so much. And she taught me that. I didn't read that. She taught me that don't give people power. Or don't give something power. You know, if something negative is happening in your life, don't overthink it. Just trust the universe is going to fix it. You know, ask the universe and step out of its way. There was a time in my life that, you know, we've all gone through times in our lives, or we might go through times in our lives right now that are shit. Okay, guys, I'm sidetracked here. See this here? That's going to join up to this little bit. See, it's coming, the ocean's coming in here. In a couple of hours' time, this will be all underwater. I love how this Mother Nature, this is just trying to ease its way to join this here. And then it will all start coming out. I don't know if you can see that. If I had more time, in the next time I walked, it would get closer and closer. I just find that really riveting. Mother Nature, right? I think it was 2013, I went through a shitty year. I look back at it now and I think, oh my God, thank God that happened. A lot of things at the time felt like, you know, it was the end of my world. Because, you know, when you live it and you breathe it and you're thinking about it all the time, it just explodes and it just takes over your life. I see that now. But my friend was saying to me, don't give it power. Don't give people hate. Like I was hating on my ex-boyfriend for many things that I'd now relationship over 10 years. I was hating him. And I was verbally telling, you know, people I hated him on Facebook. I was giving him a big spray. And my friend said, don't do that. By doing that, you're just giving him more power over you. So, and then, you know, things over my life, I was talking to her about, you know, health concerns and stuff. She's like, don't think about it. Don't give it power. And I'll use my knee as an example. When I got diagnosed with osteoporosis in my left knee, which is, you know, for under 50, well, I was just 50. I might have not have turned 50 yet, but I did. You know, I thought that's a bit young. And it's classed as stage 4. And I say that because I'm just trying to give you an example, guys. That time, it fucking broke me, man. I was broken. I was like, what the fuck? How am I going to start? How do I keep on hiking? I love walking. This is the end of my world, man. What the hell? What am I going to do? And I just was consumed. And I had to go back to my friend in my brain telling me, don't give it power. Don't give it power. Let go of it. Put it in a little box and lock it away. It's there, but you don't have to give it power. And guess what, guys? Since then, I did the 30K walk. I've done many different walks, guys. Many different hikes. It hasn't stopped me. So, moral of my story is don't give things power. And I'm just, obviously, there are some things that you cannot deny. I know that. But I guess in my own little world, that's, you know, I'm just pulling on experiences that I've had. All right, so we're going up here. We have to do some push-ups. Because another thing we have to work on is our strength conditioning, right? When you get over to a certain age, you have to think about those things. And then I can see the chat. My gosh, it's beautiful. It's pretty blue, the water, isn't it, Cheryl? It's very blue. Okay. It's Mike and Deb. Hey, Mike and Deb, how you going? Sorry, guys, I have been ignoring the chat because I can't see the chat. It's a beautiful day. Look at that glimmer. Look at that glimmer. Glisten, glisten, glisten. Just for a second, just believe and have hope that, you know, the world can just be as beautiful as that, right? That's how I see about the world, and I feel just for a moment, let's just have faith that everything is amazing. All right, guys. I need to take my jumper off. Not my jumper, my jacket off. Is that Jim or is that Mike? Guys, I can't read. My eyes adjusting to the sun. So thank you for being here. I think it's Jim, or is it Marie still? So guys, I need to do some push-ups, okay? No shit on the fact that I'm not very good at it, but we try, okay? No, take the word try out. We're doing. We are doing. Oh. I do have a scrunchie somewhere. Where's my hairband? Oh. Uh-huh. Oh, I'm doing it. Whoops. Oh, wore the wrong shoes. Oh, I'm slipping. Oh, I'm slipping. My God, guys, I'm doing a push-up. So guys, I'm quite familiar with doing shoulder push-ups. I can do them good. But I'm trying to work these things, the chicken wings, right? The tuck shop lady wing. And they're working. It's working. For weeks I've been going, I can't. I can. I can. I just wore the wrong shoes because I'm slipping backwards. But we're going to try to do it anyway. Doesn't matter. All right. We can do it. We kind of did a push-up. We did do a push-up. We did a few push-ups. Triceps. I feel good. Na. See, when you push yourself, good shit happens, right? You just got to push yourself out of your box. I've been saying for weeks, I can't do it. I just can't. We fucking can. We can. Okay, if I was wearing my smartwatch, my watch would be telling me that my heart rate is going up. That's the whole idea of this, is getting my heart rate up, working on my strength. I don't traditionally like to go to gyms. I don't mind it, but I'd rather exercise outside. And if I bought a gym membership, I'd have to use it. It means I wouldn't be enjoying this. And I wouldn't get to talk to you guys, though I can't really see you at the moment. I can see the chat. I think it's Marie. Marie sending me butterflies? That sounds like Marie. Oh, guys, sorry, I can't read the chat. I can't. I mean, I can, but I just... Okay, let's do this. Whoops. Okay, I'm putting the chat over here. Yeah, say it, Dora. I can do anything. Fire. Someone's got here, see, you're awesome. Thank you. Hi, Susan. Okay. I still can't see, guys. The glare is a lot today, guys. I don't think we should blame it on my eyesight, guys. Just saying. I don't think we should. My eyesight's amazing, right? It's 20/20 vision. All right, we did 20. Okay, going there again. We can do this. What I'm trying to do, guys, is not trying to go out. I'm trying to go in like this. That apparently works this better. Not that I know too much, guys. Trust me, don't follow me. But if I go like this, I'm working my shoulders. I want to work this stuff, right? So that means I've got to go like this. And I'm trying to get my arms to go in. That's what I am doing, Dora. That's what I'm doing. Okay. Now, I was about to say, I'm struggling though because my shoes are slippery. I've got sand over them. So I'm pushing myself back and I'm falling. But that's an excuse, right? Like in anything in the world, right? There's always problems that makes it harder to do what you're trying to do. Don't focus on them, Dora. Just do it. I'm wearing perfect shoes for this. Perfect. All right, above. Let's go. We're doing it. Oh, we're doing it. Okay, it might not be perfect, and I don't care, no judgment, but we're kind of getting it right. And that's the point. We're trying, we're doing. It's okay to breathe, Dora. It's okay to breathe. Okay, using my tripod. I need some water. Okay. I think we got our heart rate up. That's tick, 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 tick. Boom. All right. I'm sending you some energy, guys. I know a few of you said that you'd love some of my energy, so I'm sending you some of my energy. I have a lot. Okay. Squats. Chin up, tits up, stomach in. Whoa. Okay. I am perspiring. I actually really enjoy perspiring. It tells me that I'm working it. We're about to go walking, guys. We're about to go walking. We'll see the ocean in a second. Okay, guys. 61, 62, 63. 63 squats to represent the 63 people that in Australia a week decide they don't want to be here. So that's a stat that Lifeline found about 3 or 4 years ago. I'm sure that stat's gone up now, but that 63 people a week, a lot of them are young people. That's 9 a day here in Australia, and Australia doesn't have a big population, so I wouldn't even imagine what that stat would be in America. I'd actually probably like to know if someone knew that stat. So that's why I do the 63 squats. I used to do Lifeline used to have a challenge where you did 63 squats a day, and it talks about you to try to remember the awareness and talk about the awareness of mental health and suicide prevention and just talking about mental health. Lifeline here in Australia are an organisation that, a not-for-profit, that basically run a counselling session that's 24 hours. They have paid counsellors, and all the money is raised to run that through thrift shops. I volunteer in one of those shops, and any opportunity I can do to do challenges for Lifeline, I do. Like a little while ago, I did, I can't remember the date, sometime in October, was World Suicide Prevention Day, and that day you walk 9 kilometres to remember the people that have passed away through mental health. And I did that walk this year with my friend Mark. His wife committed suicide, and that is one of my friends, Esther. So a lot of the walks and why I do this, why I talk about it, is because of her. And you know, her death will not be forgotten, because she deserves to be remembered. She shouldn't have died. She should have been able to get help. She was trying to get help, but it wasn't enough. This is a plight all over the world, guys. It's not just Australia. You know, when you have a mental condition, getting help is one of the things that, you know, is really needed. And there is stigma around mental health. For my friend Esther, there was stigma around her mental health. She was Malaysian, and in Malaysia they don't recognise mental health. In a lot of Asian countries, they do not recognise mental health. They just say, get over it. She went through a marriage breakdown, a very toxic, abusive, physically, emotionally abusive marriage that bore 3 children. She divorced him, which is very hard to divorce a Muslim man in a Muslim country like Malaysia. And she came to Australia for a better life. She met an internet boyfriend, Mark, and she got some help here in Australia, but it wasn't enough. She didn't like the way the medication helped, you know, made her feel. She used alcohol, and she attempted to take her life many times. I knew about the attempts. I never thought she would do it. Even the day that it happened, her husband rang me and told me about it, and I thought she would get through it. I didn't think it would actually take her life. But she was in hospital, and a couple of days later I had to say goodbye to her. I had to go there and say goodbye. They turned off all the machines. She was brain dead. So it did work. So I vowed that from then I would honour her by talking about her mental health and what happened, and bringing awareness to the cause. Sometimes it really upsets me, like it is today. It's physically upsetting me. Yeah, but, you know, I think if we can, my friend wouldn't want me to be crying about it. She'd be saying, thank you for honouring her. But she would say, stop crying. It's not worth it, Mutiara. You know, it's done. Go on living your life. But remember her in such a beautiful way. I remember her in such a beautiful way. But I honour her by talking about her and saying that, you know, if you ever needed someone, you know, I'm always in an email. My email is in my bio now. I have put my email in my bio. You can please talk to me. I'm obviously not a counsellor and I'm not here to counsel you, but I would listen to you. But, you know, I think, you know, it's a nice community that we have today, that we can reach out to each other if we were in help, if we needed some help. And I think that's important to have, right? And, you know, thank you for being there for me, guys. There's been many a times when I was doing the 75 hard, that really was really hard on me, guys. I mean, honestly, it really emotionally took me a lot to get through that. You guys know, a lot of you guys know how much it was. There was a couple of lives where I was just a mess. I wanted to give up. I was just an emotional mess. 75 hard, you know, plays with every emotion in your bloody book. But we got it, we did it, and I'm proud that we did it. Would I do it again? Probably stupid enough to do it again. But, you know, that's me. Anyway, we're going walking again, guys. Okay, let me see if we can see the chat. I can see a few chats. Here we go. We've got Cheryl. Cheryl, you go this. You got this, Dora? Okay, let me go right to the end, guys. I'm sorry. I've missed a lot of chat. I tried to be there. What do you mean you tried? You're always there, Mark. Hello, Dora and everyone. I don't know who that is. I'm not sure. I'm sorry, guys. I can't really see the chat. Oh, it's Kathleen. Hello, Kathleen. Kathleen. Oh, Debbie Sue. Hello, Debbie Sue. Debbie Sue knows firsthand about my emotional roller coaster of 75 hard. And I thank her a lot for that. And look, there's a lot of you guys to thank. You know that. All right, back on the beach, guys. It's 7:37. I've got a little bit more time. Let's walk. So guys, it's kind of like a silent live today, though I'm not silent. I just can't read the chat to communicate much back. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, guys. You know that. I'm just like, I apologise that I can't read the chat, but I'm not sorry because I really enjoy this walk and I can't stop and read the chat because, oh, shivers, because the sun is glaring, right? So I'm sure you guys are having a good old chat to each other. And when I get back to the car, I'll have a bit of a skim. Monday, normally I have a late start, but the client that I work with normally on a Monday has just gone through a surgery. He had an ear, some kind of ear, I don't know completely what it's called. It's some kind of, it doesn't sound great. He had some kind of growth. It wasn't a tumorous growth, but it was a growth that was pushing up against his eardrum near your brain. So basically it was causing him, if it goes without getting taken out, it'll grow and it'll affect his brain, like push up against his brain, which is never good. Oh, I reckon that'd be a nice swim right there, guys. And it will affect his hearing. So basically it'll eventually kill him. So he had to get it taken out. But the risks are, if you get it taken out, there's risk of hearing loss because it's in your eardrum, right? Oh, I guess there's any surgery has a risk. So anyway, that was a lot for a young person with a disability. So anyway, he's had a week and a half off and we're back today. we're not going to do any work. So I work with him in the capacity of trying to engage him back, or get him to want to work. That is my role as a mentor, basically to get young people with disabilities to want to work. Because here in Australia, they don't actually have to work. They get money from the government every fortnight. But, it's not a lot. There's not a lot of money. And if they weren't living with mum and dad, they wouldn't survive. So I'm trying to teach them some skills to be social, because that's a big thing. Unfortunately, I would say that, as a parent, they should be teaching these kind of things. But unfortunately, today's economy is that mum and dad both have to work. Back in the day, my mum only worked part-time, and she only worked part-time when my sister and I were older. My mum was always home when we were younger. We had someone at home all the time. That was a traditional family back in the day. Now, mum and dad have to work. There's no ifs or buts about it. They have to work because they can't afford to live otherwise. So they don't have enough time to, help the young children. So that's probably why school teachers are nearly pulling their hair out at school, because they're trying to have to, they have to give manners to children first of all. Not only have to teach them. So anyway, the young persons I work with, I hope that one day they'll get a job. But sadly, to get them a job that's the easiest part for me. I could get them a job tomorrow. But their parents actually have to do a lot of stuff too in the back end. Like as in, make sure that they've got their clothes washed, all those things. And that's not always easy to do. So my heart is a little bit broken about the system, to be honest, about what I do. I can only do so much. But anyways, today we wrote a list before he was unwell on a lot of fun things we can do that don't cost money when he was recovering from his surgery. So I said to him, okay, we can do something on the list today. And I guarantee the thing he wants to do today is go to the planetarium. He loves the stars, the moons, the weather patterns. So that will be the top of his list today. So I will be going to, there's a planetarium in the city, in Brisbane. It's in a really, really nice location. It's in a botanical gardens. It's a really nice botanical gardens. And they've got a really, really nice terrarium, like a massive terrarium. It's very cool, actually, very, very cool. So maybe I should take my elf and take an adventure there today, actually. Yeah, I might do that, actually. I might actually show you the terrarium. It's very cool, actually. And inside the hothouse, so to speak, they actually have a cacao plant. I've only just recently got into, I know cacao isn't how we make chocolate, right? Then we dump a whole lot of sugar in it. But anyway, the natural cacao plant I saw in Samoa. And we went to a chocolate factory and they had cacao plants and then they had fresh cacao that we could try. So we pulled one off a tree, literally pulled a fresh cacao off a tree, opened it up and ate it. It was amazing. I'd love to know in the chat if anyone has tried fresh cacao. Because I actually didn't know that cacao was a fruit. I thought it was a pod. It is a pod, but it's fruit. It's amazing. The actual cacao fruit is really nice. Anyway, the terrarium that I'm going to today, a couple of years ago, I saw the first pod and I went, wow, it's so beautiful. Anyway, since then, I've actually tried it, so I'm pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Oh. Okay, hold on, guys. Someone's saying, Dora, you're totally right. Probably about parents not having enough time to actually teach their children. Okay, someone's got here. Oh, it's Jordan. I didn't know you could eat the tree. There you go. So Jordan, actually, interestingly enough, I did videotape. Sorry, I did videotape it. I will share that one day, like I want to share everything else that I videotaped. But I will, because it's really interesting. Because I had no idea either. I had no idea that cacao actually was a fruit, and it's actually really tasty. Really tasty. So, you know, the ability to pick a fresh cacao off a tree, open it up and eat it was amazing. Amazing. And that to me is like, that's travel. Like to try different experiences, right? Different foods. So I think I'm going to turn around. It's a beautiful summer day here, guys. I know a lot of you guys are in the cold. I'm curious though, because a lot of you, like we've got Kathleen. Kathleen is in Canada, in Swishwa. And we've got Jordan, who is, I can never remember your channel name, Dusty Decisions, which is Jordan, who's in Florida. So I'd love to know. So I know Kathleen's in snow. Jordan is definitely not in snow. Florida, it doesn't snow, does it? But I would love to know what the temperature is. Because, I mean, Florida's another big state too, so it depends on where you are. But, like, what is the temperature for you, Jordan, in winter? Like, right now for you in Florida? I'm just trying to think. I've been to Miami Beach a few times when I was living in Cancun to do a visa run. And I'm trying to think what time of the year I went. Actually, you know what? I was there in winter. I was there in December. And it was actually, I went for a swim. I did. I went for a swim. I went to Florida Keys. And I went for a swim. So it can't be that cold. It's probably very comparable weather to where I live, that in wintertime you can still swim. It's just a little bit nippy. So you can see, guys, the tide is nearly coming up all the way up to here now. Before we were coming through, it's going to start coming through here soon. So it's already school holidays here, so a lot of families are here already. People swimming, kids. Here we go, we've got some stand-up paddle boards. I need to get one of these. Every year I say this, every year. I need to get one. Actually, interesting, guys. A lot of you guys know that Dora and Diego will be having to vacate our house for a bit. So this is a stand-up paddleboard, guys. It's actually quite solid. And that's an inflatable. So anyway, that's the kind of one I want. But just thinking out loud, if we can't find a house sit, we are going to actually take advantage of the fact that my sister's going to lend her pop-up trailer or camper to us. And down the end of this kind of beach and around the corner is Clontarf, overlooking another bay. It's not as picturesque as this, but it's still quite nice. When I first got a stand-up paddleboard, that's where I actually went to actually stand-up paddleboard. So even if I bought one over Christmas, Santa could bring me one. I could use it, because let's face it, I don't want to spend all my time sitting in a pop-up trailer, right? At a caravan park. I mean, I'll be working at the same time, but I could go across the road and we could go stand-up paddleboarding. I could put you in a waterproof case hanging around my neck like this, and we could go stand-up paddleboarding. Would that be interesting, or would that be interesting? I mean, it'd probably be like this, boing, 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 boing. You'd be like boinging against my boobs, probably, more than likely. I might only do that once. But yeah, stand-up paddleboarding is so fun. And here it is flat, but sometimes it can be quite wavy here. There is an island out there that stops all the big waves. So the surf beach is on the other side of the island. But on the other side is a bay, and there's hardly any waves over there unless it's stormy. All right, guys. I don't know who's left here. I'll get to the car and say goodbye. That way I can see the chat a little bit, because as I said, I couldn't really see the chat. But we're going to take my shoes and socks off because I'm trying to keep my car clean, because I end up with sand everywhere. Like everywhere. Everywhere, Dora. Everywhere. That was a good workout, guys. I really needed that. That is a really good Monday morning. So I did my meditation. I forgot, that's right. I was talking about my routine before. I do my meditation with Marie. I did a 10-minute meditation. Don't scroll. I then put the phone down, because I use the phone to look at YouTube to watch my dimmer meditation. And then I read some pages of my book. I'm nearly finished my 6th book of the year. The book I'm reading is called A New You by Friday, so I'm up to the Friday chapter. It's talking about if you don't like something about your life and you're complaining about it, do something about it. Stop thinking about it, just do. Action, action. Little steps, little steps. Not that I hate my life. I think I like my life. But, you know, there are things I can change. Like my ability to want to do everything. That's what I need to change. Fear of missing out, I think. All right, let's go to the car. And have a chat. If you want to chat. I just like to acknowledge who's there and, you know, do a little bit of a reading of the chat. I don't mean to be, you know, obnoxious. But you guys know, people that know, that, you know, I'm here to do a task, which is, you know, get to the beach, get my exercise done. We've done that. Oh, I'll show you something, guys. This is what... Tomorrow is my Christmas party for my clients. And we're going to go to a koala sanctuary. And then we're going to have a barbecue. And then we're going to paint some rocks. Have you ever heard of painting rocks? Show you. So paint your own metallic rocks. Makes 4 metallic rocks. They give you the paints, like gives you the directions on how to make them. And then I've got one called neon painting rocks. So they give you 4 rocks there too. So there's 8 rocks. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that. Now, Dora's going to put her shoes in there. This is my attempt to keep my car clean. There we go. Oh, there's some thongs that have still got sand all over them. Let's put them in there too. Alright, put that back. Hat. I need these tomorrow, so they'll put them in there. Right. Well, thanks guys for being here. Let me acknowledge who's here. Let's have a little chat. Let's turn the air conditioning on. I've got
7:56.
4 4 minutes to get home. Okay, let me open the door again. I finish my routine. I always have some protein powder. I have a really bad way of exploding protein powder all over my car. I have, once upon a time, had chocolate protein powder all over the front of my car. Glass, chairs, everywhere. I was shaking it up. So now I'm shaking it up out of the car. And then, maybe a year later, I did the same thing again, but with vanilla protein powder. And this time I'm using a traveler cup. So it's very, very dangerous, Dora. I don't know what you're doing, Dora, but anyway. So I'm having protein powder just to give myself more protein. Like, you know, as a woman, we are supposed to eat more protein. So this is my attempt to eat more protein. So we've got Josh. Hey Josh, how you going? I have heard of that paint before, Dora. Yes. So you basically, the idea is you paint them and you put nice like nice sayings on them. You don't have to. It can be just pretty paint, but I've found them and it says like believe in yourself. Just like really nice positive affirmations. Obviously I'm doing this with my clients. You know, I'm going to let them do whatever they want to do, but I'll paint one that says something like believe in yourself, or I love you, or I believe in you. And then basically the idea is you put the rock somewhere and someone else will pick it up. And I'm going to put my YouTube address on the back of it in hope that someone will pick it up and then we'll go to my YouTube and say, I found your rock. How cool would that be, right? So let's see what happens, hey? Because I'm with my clients tomorrow, obviously I'm going to film my clients, that's not appropriate. But I might film a little bit of the painting the rocks, of me painting my rock. Maybe the elf will paint a rock. Elf will paint a rock. It's a bit rude of you. Close your legs, girl. Close your legs. Anyway, Elf says hello. Hug. Hug. Okay, who else have we got in the chat? Okay, I'm way behind in the chat, guys. Sorry. I love that idea, Dora. Always wanted to do that myself. You could do that. You could do that. Simply Debbie Sue, why don't you do the same? I don't think it'd be an awesome idea, guys. Get some rocks, paint them, and you know, put your email, like put your YouTube at the end of it, and do a video about doing it, and then and then basically, hopefully, people will come and put a comment on that video. I doubt that's going to happen, but they'll at least put a comment on your YouTube channel saying, "Hey, I found your rock." So a little background, I found a rock. Actually, guys, I found a rock at the planetarium, where I'm going to go today probably. I found a rock. I took it up to the Sunshine Coast and I put it at a really cute little lighthouse. And guess what, guys? So they have a website, and I took a photo of the rock and said I found it, and then I put another photo of where I put it. And then about a week and a half later, someone put on that picture, I found your rock. I was like, yay. So the rock traveled from, I don't know how many times it traveled to found me, but I found it in Brisbane and I took it up to the Sunshine Coast. I don't know where that person took it to, but isn't that beautiful that like these rocks are just, going around, like instead of spreading, rubbish, let's spread love. And I just think it's really beautiful. I think it's powerful. Kathleen, you could do this. I'd love to see you do this because your artwork, your acrylics on a rock, oh my God, that would be amazing. Can you imagine? Everyone knows Kathleen's Place does acrylic paints, and she does all the squirrels, and she puts a straw in her mouth and squirrels. Could you imagine that acrylic on those rocks? Oh my God. Do that, Kathleen. Do that, please. Let's do that. You do it. I do it. We all do it. And then, Kathleen, you can go start walking around, when you start feeling better, start walking around and putting them around places in Saskatchewan. And then hopefully they start traveling, and put your YouTube name on the back of it, or your Facebook page, or your Instagram, whatever you want to do. And yeah, I love it. Let's do it. All do it. Let's all do it. I think Debbie Sue, Kathleen's painting, the acrylic on top would look amazing. Amazing. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it, Kathleen. I'm happy to do it with you, but you can do it. That's your thing. Like, I try to do everything and I can't do everything. So I'm just putting it out there. Like I just talked about before, that I need to stop saying that I can do everything, because I can't do everything. You can do it and I'll support you, and I'll come in sometimes and do lives with you about it. But right now it's a little bit manic. There's a lot of stuff going on, right? It's Christmas and stuff, so I don't know if I can commit to it. But I'm going to do some tomorrow, but I'll show you videos of it tomorrow. Well, if I can. Okay, so what else have we got going on the chat, guys? Did I miss something? Okay, so Susan left. Susan was there. I knew Susan was there. Cheryl, how you going, Cheryl? Have a great day, great rest of your day. Thank you, Cheryl. I am going to have an awesome day. You guys have a great evening. I love that idea. Let me just go back a little bit more, guys. A ladybug, yes, a ladybug. Because you know, Carrie, Watercolor with Carrie. I did one of her ladybugs when I was on a live with Kathleen. I painted a ladybug, and I did that by watching Carrie's short. I could paint a ladybug on my Brock. Thank you for that idea. You're in South Florida. It's 76 Fahrenheit and the water is still warm. Yeah, amazing. Amazing. Okay, so Cheryl, you are in Florida. Rhonda says, no work today. It's Sunday for you. That's why. It's Monday for me. So Rhonda is in Texas. So Rhonda was answering a question from Justin. You've never heard of that plant before, Dora. So we're talking about the cacao plant. Cacao is where chocolate comes from. So that's why I need to make that video, actually, guys, because I don't think a lot of people know that chocolate, I mean, I think we all know that cacao is a plant of some description, but I think we just thought it was a pod. I thought it was a pod. I did not know it was a fruit. And the fruit is so nice. It's a fruit, like it's a sweet, sweet, sweet taste. It's amazing. I can't even talk about it. It's amazing, amazing. Joshua was asking me if I use iPhone or Android. Always iPhone. Always iPhone. So guys, I'm going to go. I'm heading to the lake, supposedly. Car fell through the ice. Oh, shit. Shit. Okay. See you, Mike. I hope that'll make some content. Yeah. Hopefully that person's okay. But that happens, hey? That happens. When I was in Russia once upon a time, there was a car stuck in the ice, and it was like everyone from the local town was down there watching and then trying to get the ice, get the car out of the ice. I don't know how it ended up there. It was quite funny. Well, actually, the roads are quite slippery because of the ice, right? And they just probably went too fast and went into the ice. So it happens quite easily. Your place to belong. Your place to belong. Hello, how you going? I'm Dora. We just did a beach walk. If you'd like to watch the replay, you can. It's a beautiful beach I live in, southeast Queensland. I'm going to go, guys. No, we drive on the lakes all the time. It's a shortcut. Oh, okay. So they fell through the ice because it was too thin. Right. Okay, that's different, isn't it? Okay. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I apologize. I couldn't obviously read every individual message, but you know I couldn't because I'm exercising. There's a reason why, because I'm trying to get fit and look after myself, right? And I think you guys should do the same. Do something today for yourself, for your own mental health. Look after you because you're important, right? Every one of you is really important. Like I'm important, but you are also important. Like Mike, you're important. Debbie Sue's definitely very important. Your place to belong, you're very important. Kathleen, you are very important. Everyone's important, okay? Elf says everyone's important. He's giving you a hug. Mwah. Mwah. Okay, guys. See ya. Out of here. Bye.